lugar.
We'll never be defeated. We'll never be defeated.
La tierra no se
تعال دقيقة.
Show me what resistance looks like. This is what resistance looks like. Show me what resistance looks like. This is what resistance looks like. What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? No more blah blah blah. Lost and damaged finance now. No more blah blah blah.
Lost and damaged finance now. No more blah blah blah. Lost and damaged finance now.
No more blah blah blah. Lost and damaged finance now.
No more blah blah blah.
fire.
Okay, all good.
Thank you so
What
much.
do we want? When do we want it? Now. What do we want? When do we want it? Now.
Not much.
Climate change is not important. Climate change is important. So they are all at the corners, all of them. But the main banners are
So
here. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Let's ensure your voices will be heard. Let me say for you, I have lost everything we have.
They're good, very nice photos. Take them.
stop for nothing. We're in a crisis, many fail to notice. We are Thanksgiving, but all we do is taking. Shift the power, change the system. There is no real peace without climate justice. One more. Change the system. There's no real peace without climate justice. Decades of fighting, all they've ever given. Solutions that deceive, causing more problems. We're in a crisis, and we fail to notice. We are Thanksgiving, but all we do is taking. Shift the power, change the system. There is no real peace without climate justice. Shift the power, change the system. There is no real peace without climate justice. Shift the power, change the system. There is no real peace without climate justice. Shift the power, change the system. There is no real peace without climate justice.
When I say climate, you say justice! Climate! I want to introduce myself. My name is Heather Milton Lightning. I'm from Treaty 4. I want to pass this to my fellow MCs.
I'm fine. I'm from the Asian People's Movement on Land and Development and the Cop28 Coalition.
I'm Todd Loveland. I'm a Detroit-based organizer from Tessa, and we're here together. We're gonna play one more song, and then we're gonna get into things. All right, y'all?
Yes.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire!
Climate justice now!
Climate justice now!
Climate justice now!
Climate justice now!
All right, y'all, we have a lot of things to go over. First of them being, you may not be able to see it, but there's a banner up here of just 600 of the Palestinians killed, all of these children, including names of whole families that have been wiped away. Whole families wiped away. So we'll be having a moment of silence, both to honor those who've been taken from us, but also to empower us as we move forward. So please join us in this moment of silence for 1 minute. Thank you.
End occupation!
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 All right, y'all. Almost 20,000 Palestinians have been killed in Gaza alone. 63 journalists have been killed. Our stories are being snuffed out. Our people are being silenced. And this is just one phase of violence against so many of us across the world. Today we have a few Palestinians joining us. This goes beyond Gaza, goes beyond the West Bank. So please join our brothers and sisters Muhammad, Rania, and Rahma, who introduce themselves as they share some stories. Please, give it up for them.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Muhammad Usrat from Gaza, Khan Yunis. At the moment, we see a genocide in Gaza, but we also witness we witness the state of apartheid in the West Bank and Gaza and the occupied Palestinian territories. We are here at the Climate Summit to talk about climate change, adaptation, mitigation, climate finance. We talk about a bunch of things, and I do worry about climate change, and it is going to bring humanity near extinction if we do not act. However, what I fear the most is our lack of concern towards humanity. We are dehumanized in Palestine. We do not worry about our fellow Palestinian brothers. I do not see people worrying about the state of the Palestinians in Gaza and Yunis, or in Gaza in general, or in the West Bank. What I wish to talk about today, and it is pretty difficult for me, is the state of my family at the moment. I come from Gaza, Khan Yunis. My family is in Khan Yunis. However, they've been fragmented, they've been displaced to Al-Mawasi, they've been displaced to Rafah, they've been displaced all over. I worry about them ending up as refugees and not even being able to find refuge, not even being able to find safe water sources or finding food. I'm sorry, it's pretty tough for me, but what I wish to talk about today is that we acknowledge how difficult it is for the Palestinians right now. And I wish for us to have open dialogue about the conversation, talk more about the question of Palestine. I wish to develop a consciousness for the Palestinian people and Palestinian leadership, and I wish for all the youth to speak up and to talk more about the Palestinians. Thank you.
here to take anyone's time, but I want to tell you a story that completely changed my life. In May 2021, the course of my life completely changed. When we were all fasting and reflecting, I was gripped by a fear of seeing the dead bodies of my friends on social media. I was afraid of seeing my friends as one of the bodies that were just considered numbers by the West. One of those friends was Muhammad. Muhammad was 17 years old and, like many of us would have done, was protesting the eviction of his family. Muhammad, his only weapon were his words and his own existence. Muhammad is a son, a child, a brother, and a friend. And he has aspirations and goals like many of us. He wanted to become a doctor, a healer of wounds, and a bringer of hope. But the world failed him and other kids in the West Bank. The world forgot about the kids in the West Bank. And I'm here to remind you that the violence in Gaza does not stop the violence that our people are facing in the West Bank. Settlers, occupation forces are raiding our refugee camps, our towns, killing our children, our women, and our kids, and kicking us out of our homes. And no one is acting. Everyone is turning their back. 2023 has been the deadliest year for Palestinians in the West Bank. However, no one seems to care. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to beg for your humanity. I'm not here to beg you to look at me like I'm a human being. I'm here to implore you and to demand for the end of the occupation that is causing our extinction. Thank you.
I'm actually an Egyptian, but I don't think nationalities matter at this point. I'm going to read out something. Do not lie to me. I know they killed her. I know her from her hair. This is a daughter whose safety was killed. Dia, wake up, Dia. Wake up, my love. Dia, I beg you, wake up. A wife whose love was killed. Watch. I am carrying my family in bags. I am carrying bits of my family in bags. A family man whose hope was killed. Mama, Mama, I am so scared. Please don't let them take me. I'm scared, Mama. A child whose innocence was killed as he got kidnapped with no judicial process. This is a result of over 70 years of abducting the narrative. So the world is not shaken by the numbers we are witnessing. I am here to tell you from the region that our women are not weak. Our men are not terrorists. Our children are not subhuman. Do not allow the oppressor to dehumanize the oppressed. Think why? Why the silencing? If you have a right to defend yourself, then why silence the occupied? The oppressor abducts the language, a narrative that has grown like a plague, like a disease. And now they have set out to do exactly what they told you they would do since day one. It is not a people without a land or a land without a people. There were always a people. There still are a people. A ceasefire was vetoed yesterday. And this shows, of course, the full freedom of speech and a customized democracy. It seems that you neither have a voice nor a vote. I urge you right now to concentrate on the narrative that you are using, that you are listening to, and realize how it's being abducted. I can't believe that this has gone on for so long that the occupied people need to scream out at you and tell you that they are human. I can't believe that after all of this time, a man carrying his family in bags needs to urge you to call for the simplest thing you could possibly call for, a ceasefire, before it is too late. Because let me tell you something, we are having these conversations already too late. You speak up for the oppressed, you speak up for climate change, you speak up for justice. So now I do understand that a lot of people feel helpless and feel hurt and feel heartache, but you cannot afford that now. You need to channel that hurt and turn it into resilience, turn it into determination, turn it into strength. Empower yourselves. You matter right now. You speaking up for the oppressed, you matter. It is up to you. Ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
And last thing, because I know that the UN chief has been doing all that he can, but unfortunately corruption is like a disease and pressure. So I hope he does stay in his seat before they groom someone that's going to be their mouthpiece, as we have seen. قولها تاني قولها تاني مش هننسى المعمداني
مش هننسى المعمداني
قولها تاني
قولها تاني
مش هننسى المعمداني
مش هننسى المعمداني
قولها تاني
قولها تاني
مش هننسى المعمداني
مش هننسى المعمداني
قولها تاني
قولها تاني
مش هننسى المعمداني
مش هننسى المعمداني
مش خايفين
مش خايفين
احنا معاكي يا فلسطين
احنا معاكي يا فلسطين
مش خايفين
مش خايفين
احنا معاكي يا فلسطين
احنا معاكي يا فلسطين.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Remember, Palestinian rights, Palestinian justice is a climate issue. It's a human trafficking issue. It's a gender issue. It's everything. But the same thing is happening all across the world, including places like the Congo, Tigray, and also with our brothers and sisters in Sudan. Please give it up for Palestine and Gaza in Sudan. Give it up, y'all.
I'm here to say ceasefire all around the world. We need to stop people get displaced from their houses. I got displaced, many got displaced, but we need to stop it now. Ceasefire now all around the world. Ceasefire now. And I want...
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
A lot of conflicts around the world, and we need to remember all and to stay in solidarity with all people, oppressed people around the world. We need peace now. Thank you so much.
Human rights is a right, not just for the rich and white. Human rights is a right, not just for the rich and white. Human rights is a right, not just for the rich and white. Human rights is a right, not just for the rich and white. Human rights is a right, not just for the rich and white. Human rights is a right, not just for the rich and white.
All right. I'd like to introduce Ariel Shweki Narange from the Athabasca Chippewa First Nation and the Executive Director of Indigenous Climate Action. Best Tang, would you come to the stage, Best Tang?
Thank you, Masi Cho. Iglanite, that's how I say hello in my language. And I think it's important to know the history of colonial empires and what they do to people. Some of us think, how could this happen? I could never imagine. But for us in colonial Canada, we know what it's like to be occupied. We know what it's like to have our children murdered, taken away from us, tried to be assimilated into some someone else's culture for colonial greed. Just like in Palestine, they took our land because they wanted the resources underneath the ground. Just like in Palestine, they murdered our children. In North America, they often call indigenous peoples redskins, but no one knows the dark history. When they came and they ravaged and murdered and pillaged our people, they said there was nothing left of us but red skins on the land. This is what they are doing to Palestine. Then they came with promises that they would make peace and treaties with us, and we are still colonized. We are still being occupied by settler states that continue to steal from us. We don't have control over our lands. In Canada, 99.2% of the land, or 99.8% of the land is under colonial rule, with only 0.2% in the hands of our people. Do not accept the false promises of colonial rule. We must resist. We must demand until Palestine is free.
For many weeks, our comrades from the climate justice movement have been preparing for this moment, and here we call next one of the representatives of the global campaign to demand climate justice and the Cop28 coalition, which many of you comrades are a part of. So let's call on Comrade Assad.
Thank you, Ben. Sisters, brothers, friends, there is nowhere else in the world that we need to be, that we must be, than here. Because this is what solidarity looks like. This is what a movement of people, of indigenous, of workers, of climate justice groups, of black, white, brown, Jew, Christian, Muslim, young and old looks like. United with one voice, to send a message to our sisters and brothers in Palestine. You are not alone, and you will never be alone. But it's also important that we're here, because we're here at the United Nations, where tomorrow, these same countries will mark 75 years of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, when the world came together as one after the horrors of war and said never again. A promise that it would be illegal to target civilians. A promise that it would be illegal to use food, water and medicine as a weapon of war. A promise that all people would have the right to live free from occupation and with dignity. How hollow, hypocritical and blood-soaked those words are. Yesterday, the most powerful country in the world, yet again, vetoed a call to stop the killing of the Palestinian people. Backed by the same countries that are in there wrecking the climate talks, refusing to talk about their responsibility for climate injustice, for who the words equity are as unacceptable as the words justice. And we say to them, can you hear us? Can you hear us? Ceasefire now, climate justice now. Can you hear us? Come on, people. Friends, they are the merchants of death. They are the people who stand for injustice. But we are the people who stand for justice. Their humanity is rationed. Our humanity is limitless. We are a movement full of love and compassion, a movement of solidarity of people. And as whilst they stay silent on the collective punishment of millions of Palestinians, of homes, of schools, of hospitals bombed, of churches and mosques destroyed, and of settler colonialists in the killing with impunity in the West Bank, none of it under the cover of darkness, but openly in the world, in the eyes of the world, by a government that is openly saying its genocidal intent to turn Gaza into rubble. So friends, we stand here together at a critical moment in history, because what we do and what we have done so far and what we will continue to do so is the difference between life and death, for more of the Palestinian people who are trapped, bombed and occupied. And we have to stop this bombing. But we are not alone today. All around the world, there are millions of people marching as part of this global day of action, all with the same message: ceasefire now, climate justice now. But friends, we have an even greater responsibility here at the UN, because it was buildings like this that the past became the present, where countries signed away, colonial masters signed away land and territories that were not theirs to give. It was here that in the United Nations that people drew lines on maps and created colonial states. It was here. And it's here that those very same countries are fueling the killer floods, fires and famines that are killing our people all around the world. And we say in one voice to those behind us, those sitting in the plenary room there, you are complicit. You are complicit with your silence. You are complicit with your war crimes. You are complicit in these crimes against humanity. Friends, I'm going to finish by saying one thing. There is one thing that those inside there fear the most. They fear the power of our movements. Because our movements have shaped the world, have shook its foundations. There was once I stood on a platform like this, shoulder to shoulder, with comrades and sisters and brothers from South Africa, when we fought against another apartheid regime. And we together helped, standing in solidarity with the South African people, we brought that apartheid regime down, and we will bring this apartheid regime down. End the occupation. Free Palestine.
Ceasefire now! 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 People united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to introduce Patricia from the feminist climate justice movement. Give it up for Patricia.
When human rights defenders are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When peoples are enslaved, silenced, and murdered, what do we do?
Stand up for justice!
I'm standing here before all of you. Among all of us, the privileged ones, who are able to access this very oppressive space, so-called Cop28. This place, everyone this place, have turned away from the injustices, from the genocides. This place has turned away from all the murders and exploitations of frontline communities suffering because of climate crisis. Wealthy countries must stop their hypocrisy. Talking about human rights, I repeat, they talk about human rights and solving climate crisis, while they continue to blatantly murder children, women. They continue to perpetuating ethnic cleansing the devastations in the communities and reject to pay for its climate debt. Just vetoed against the ceasefire now in Gaza. Shame! We all say shame! Global polluters continue to fuel war and militarism, dancing over the bloods of communities and the people, using bullets and bombs to silence our voices, to silence the voices called for climate justice. We demand an end to occupations. We demand an end to fossil fuels. We demand an end to climate colonialism. The exploitations of our lands, our air, our water, our ocean must stop now. People, this is our common struggle, I repeat. This is our common struggle. Let our voices be heard in every corner of this very oppressive space. And for all of you, who use your power to continue to silence us, all of you, let me tell you, you will never get rid of us. You will never get rid of the people. Our movement will grow stronger. Our voices will only be louder. And I know we will continue to build bridges for the oppressed, for the dispossessed, and we will continue to stand strong with the subjugated. We will continue to raise our fists together and continue this fight for liberation. To demand justice for humanity and the planet. What do we want?
Climate justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
If we don't get it,
Shut it down!
if we don't get it,
Shut it down!
ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
As Patricia said, the U.S. vetoed the resolution put forth by the UN for a ceasefire. That's why people like Genocide Joe gotta go. That's why the Zionist project can't continue as it does. Ultimately, we're here fighting for justice for all peoples everywhere, so please give it up for Farouk Tariq from Pakistan. Pakistan Rabita Committee. Thank you.
Today, this area has seen a demonstration which this area has not seen in their whole life. This is making history. Fighting for climate justice and demanding of fossil fuel usage. We don't want this dirty way of producing electricity and other things. Now I can tell you that today US here in thousands and over 300 places around the world, they were also demanding climate justice and of fossil fuels. In my hometown, Faisalabad, the third largest city of Pakistan, thousands of workers come out today in the street demanding no job loss or false solutions to fossil fuel because they are dominating workers on many excuses. We say we want jobs, we want land, We want food. We want to end feudalism, and we want to end capitalism. Today, 90% of those victims of the last year flood and rain disaster in Pakistan are still not compensated, because last year at Sharm el-Sheikh they promised loss and damage fund. They had a meeting in Geneva. They promised $10 billion. Not a single penny has paid by these liars. We demand pay it now. Pay it today.
Pay it now! Pay it now! Pay it now! Pay it now!
They are saying something and doing something. They must open their eyes. We will not stop demanding loss and damage. And above that, we are demanding reparation for the colonization of hundreds of years of Africa, of Latin America, of Asia. We are also demanding cancel the debt. Pakistan had no. Last year they were all having tears in their eyes. Oh, people of Pakistan, they are in the streets. 33 million are impacted. Now we will help you. And instead of helping Pakistan, they have increased the debt of Pakistan and asking the government to raise taxes. So there is unprecedented hike in Pakistan. People are doing suicides. I can tell you just one story. A person, a worker who had to pay only $4,000 in debt. He went home. He could not pay. He killed his 3 daughters. He killed his wife, and then he killed himself. This is the situation we are living in. Damn you! Damn you! Shame you! You are rich! You are rich! Because we are poor! But we will not let it go like this. We will fight all the way.
Okay, thank you. So we can't have climate justice without workers, without labor. With that, I want to introduce Benjamin. Give it up for Benjamin.
The workers united will never be defeated. The people united
We'll never be defeated!
The workers of the world stand together with all of the movements here in this conference of parties. We stand with you today because we, the trade unions, are founded on one simple and most important value, principle and virtue, the principle of solidarity. It is solidarity that weaves ties together across sectors, across experiences, and across countries. And we speak from experience because we workers, I have said this multiple times throughout this conference of parties, and I will say it here again today in front of all of you. We workers have no country, we have no sector, we have no particular interest, because workers are in all countries, in all sectors, in all experiences. In the global north and in the global south, there are working people. In the factories, in the fields, and in the homes, there are working people. And that is why the trade unions stand together, because your issues are our issues, and our liberation is common, shared, or it will not happen at all. And we know, workers know for a fact that it is impossible to achieve climate justice, impossible to achieve peace in conditions of war and of violence. Which is why we stand together in our common demand: ceasefire now!
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now!
And we stand and we continue to mobilize before, during, and after this COP out of the principle of solidarity, and because we recognize the need to address all of the issues that we bring together. Which is why for the trade unions, the path forward is nothing else but a truly just transition. And just transition for us is not just about jobs, not just about employment, not just about carbon emissions. Just transition involves questions of historical injustice, questions of development, questions of inequality, questions of human rights, questions of violence, questions of our indigenous brothers and sisters. And that is our common demand. For us, this will only be won if working people in all of our totality, in the totality of our experiences, are represented not just in the consultation, but the implementation and decision making. So just transition must involve workers because we are everywhere. Just transition must involve workers because we are the majority. So we stand united and agree for climate justice through a true and serious just transition.
Thank you, Benjamin. Thank you. We want to shift gears and we want to go to Latin America. With that, I want to introduce Solda.
Soy de Chile.
I'm from Chile.
El idioma no puede ser un limitante para poder solidarizar con los pueblos que sufren.
Language cannot be a barrier to provide solidarity to the peoples that are suffering.
Nuestra América Morena se ha levantado en lucha por el pueblo palestino y por toda la masacre que hemos vivido este último minuto.
Our people have stand together in connectedness with the fight of the Palestinian people and all the suffering and the massacre that they have lived in this land.
Ya no cerraremos los ojos ni nos taparán la boca. Nos levantaremos con el puño en alto a levantarnos y a defender a nuestro pueblo que sufre.
They won't close our eyes and they won't shut our mouths. We will stand together with our hands rising together for Palestine.
Debemos unir nuestros pueblos. Debemos dejar de mirarnos al ombligo. Debemos decir basta y no seguir normalizando las matanzas, no solamente en los pueblos palestinos, sino que en todos los pueblos. Son distintos los tipos de colonialismo que han masacrado a nuestro pueblo y lo han despojado.
We have to stand together. We cannot allow anymore for more death, for more massacre. It's been too many people suffering. It's been too many massacres. We stand together.
Basta de normalizar que hombres y mujeres vivan y coman de la basura. Basta de normalizar que niños y niñas vivan de la basura. Basta de normalizar que los pueblos indígenas sean despojados. Basta de normalizar tanto dolor y tanto sufrimiento por el capitalismo y su colonialismo.
Let's stop normalizing that men and women continue to have to eat waste and continue to consume all of this. Let's stop children doing the same. Let's stop indigenous people eating that waste that is consuming these kind of spaces. We have to stop normalize that. There's no more time for it.
Justicia climática es justicia social. Y justicia social son los derechos humanos que no pueden volver a ser vulnerados. Por la solidaridad con los pueblos que sufren, por la solidaridad con nuestra madre tierra, porque debemos defender nuestra gran casa, nuestra madre tierra, nuestra Maponuki, nuestra Pachamama.
Climate justice is social justice, and social justice is also related to human rights. We need to support our Mother Earth. We need to support the Pachamama. We need to support the earth and stay together.
Hoy nos toca en América Morena una COP agricultura, a parar el extractivismo, a parar la explotación de nuestra tierra, pero sobre todo, a dignificar nuestra lucha y a levantarse en resistencia y a decir, basta, basta, basta.
In 2025, we have in Latin America a COP, and it's our time to stay together. It's our time to say stop. Stop to all of this injustice. Stop. We are going to stay together. Next time is us, and we are going to resist.
Resistencia, 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 resistencia.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I wanted to introduce Luke from the Philippine Labor Movement.
Friends, citizens of the earth, I see before me a collective gathering of beautiful human beings. We are one. We are Asians, we are Africans, we are North Americans, we are South Americans, and today we are Palestinians. We are weak and bound by the same capitalist system that oppresses all of us. It is the elephant in the room. The capitalist logic pervades the negotiations, our conference rooms, our special areas, discussion groups. It is the capitalist logic that ensures that just transition will not happen. Why? Because it is not profitable for the northern countries, for the biggest capitalist countries, and for the hegemonic power in the world. We are for litigation. What do they give us? They give us clean hydrogen. They give us liquefied natural gas. They give us carbon credits. They are commodifying the climate catastrophe that will kill all of us. They are profiting from that. We look for reduction. We fight for reduction, real zero. And what do they give us? Net zero. The only net zero that they are gonna give us is net zero finance. Net zero climate action. Net zero climate justice. We want just transition, and we are in the crossroads of that transition. And in moments of history, when human beings have to transition from one thing to another, the question that must be answered is whether or not we are going to build a better society from a society that has brought us our problems, our climate catastrophe, our genocide, to a better society, which is a humane type of society, which is an equal society. And I say that this transition must be dictated by all the oppressed peoples of the world. It should be a just transition from a society that is barbaric to a just and humane society.
Thank you. And now to our last speaker. I want to introduce Bianca from the Fossil Fuel Phase Out.
Kia ora koutou. I think it's extremely important that all of us, with every single part of our being, every single person who is here representing a government, every single person here who is representing civil society, indigenous groups, countries all over the world, those people that are making decisions, to remember that 2,500 kilometers from here, absolute hell is raining down on children, women, and men indigenous to the land that they are standing on. And that hell is being rained down by genocidal maniacs that are carrying out this atrocity just 2,500 kilometers from here. We know what the root cause of the climate crisis is. We can't deny that anymore. It is imperialism, it is colonialism, and it is capitalism. And you know who's been at the front line of that for hundreds of years? Us as Indigenous people. I'm from Aotearoa, New Zealand. We're tangata whenua Māori from Aotearoa, New Zealand. If we think about those missiles that are raining down on Palestine now, and we think about the tip of that, those two countries are responsible. Those two countries represent imperialism, and you know what's happening is that we as Indigenous people, we as our allies all across the globe are being radicalized. They are not winning the war of public opinion, the war that matters the most. We are mobilizing, we are uniting, and we are rising up. We know that change is going to come from the bottom, it always does. It's never going to come from here, whether we're here, whether we're on the streets, no matter where we are. We must come together as a global movement, globalize the intifada, stand up for Palestine. And the message worldwide is if we want to address the climate crisis, end settler colonialism worldwide. End settler colonialism. So when you go into your negotiations, if you don't have Palestine at the very forefront of your mind, your climate activism, your climate mahi means nothing. That means nothing. If Palestine isn't at the very front of every single discussion that you're having, every single negotiation that you're having, it is worthless. There is no climate justice without human rights. There is no climate justice without Indigenous rights. There is no climate justice until Palestine is free. Yeah, I've got 30 seconds. All right, so here I have a message, and the message from the Climate Action Network, and in terms of the phase out or the end of fossil fuels, and that is we need a complete end to fossil fuels that is fair, fast, and forever. And here we have a petition, 46,000 signatures from the organisation in Australia. Our First Nations brothers and sisters not far from us in Aotearoa, New Zealand, have been leading this. This is how ridiculous it is. 2,400 fossil fuel lobbyists here at COP when we try to address the climate crisis. So we're presenting this today. We would like to invite you to come onto the stage, please. Take this 46,000 signature petition and be very clear that fossil fuel lobbyists have no place in a United Nations climate conference when we are literally trying to avoid an existential crisis. Thank you.
Again, the demands are clear. We have so many demands across the space. We want a ceasefire now, an end to the occupation, and end to the siege. Because even though we get a ceasefire, Gaza is still destroyed. Rafa'at al-Arir was killed just a few days ago. After I say this poem, we'll be dispersing with the loss and damages song. The action is over, so we don't get debadged. And so, the poem from Rafa'at in honor of him who's been killed and assassinated by the Zionist Project. If I must die, you must live to tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece. If I must die, you must live to tell my story, to sell my things, to buy a piece of cloth and make some strings. Make it white with a long tail, so that a child somewhere in Gaza, while looking heaven in the eye, awaiting his dad who left in a blaze, and bid no one farewell, not even to his flesh, not even to himself, sees the kite, my kite you made, flying up above, and thinks for a moment an angel is there, bringing back love. If I must die, let it bring back hope. Let it be a tale. Thank you all.
Ceasefire now! Ceasefire now! No pasa nada, no, está bien.